What's going on, guys? Good to see you back. So, here is the update on I know we're going to talk about it, or I planned on talking a little about Tudor. Last time, or last video, talked about some value for money watches and what you can really get for, lower price ranges. A lot better than, or really good watches for under $1,000, pretty much. Now, once you get a little higher than that, then you start getting things like 5-year warranty. And so this is kind of what that's about, my warranty journey with my Tudor Black Bay 58. So I bought my Tudor Black Bay 58 back in, when was it? 2023. October of 2023, I bought it. And I purchased it used. A gentleman had purchased it and special ordered it, as a matter of fact, to the AD. And I guess when he went in to purchase it and they filled out his warranty card, he had some buyer's remorse and ended up returning the watch. So the watch naturally had to be put into the used watches. And so because of the card, I guess because the card was filled out. And so anyways, long story short, it ended up in my hands because it was at a great deal. I got 30% off. Shout out to my authorized dealer, Deutsch & Deutsch. They always do an amazing job, and this was no exception. As a matter of fact, I sent it out March 9th, and today we are, wristwatch check. I am wearing my Rolex GMT Master 2 root beer. But yeah, I sent it out March 9th and received it a month and a half. I mean, March 9th, February 9th, and received it back, what was it, like the 18th of March, more or less. So it did take some time to get back. I kept asking what was the reason for the holdup. And they were like, well, we're waiting on a part. We're waiting on a part. I've heard with Tudors that they replace the movements. Comment below. I don't know how true that is, but if it's true, then, I guess I got a new movement or something like that. But I would have ideally liked to have kept the original movement in it. If it still is the original movement, all the better. They did not change anything else. They didn't polish it. They didn't change my bezel, because my bezel does have a little nick in it. My AR coating has a little tiny scratch in it. They did not fix that. They didn't fix anything other than the movement. And so, I mean, honestly, it came back fantastic. It was keeping time at the beginning. When I first bought it, I want to say it was keeping about 3 seconds. It was running about 3 seconds slow. And then at night, it would gain the 3 seconds back. So it was running pretty even. And as time went on, I mean, I got other watches, you know how that goes. And then you have, by the time you got 20, 30 watches in your collection, and it's hard to get around to each and every one. This particular one, I'll rotate it maybe, I don't know, I'll wear it maybe twice, 3 times a month. That's changing now. As a matter of fact, the Rolex Oyster Precision that I was selling, or that was for sale as of recent, has now been sold. Phenomenal watch. It was in great condition. The guy who got it, I'm glad he got it, because he was starting out his collecting journey, and so I was glad that I was able to get him a vintage piece that was very taken care of. No regrets there whatsoever. I enjoyed it while I had it, and fortunate for me, I didn't lose. Pretty much broke even on it, but it was I enjoyed the 2 years that we had it. And so but without further ado, here's the package that I got from Deutsch & Deutsch. And they pretty much just gave me the paperwork as to exactly what they did to the watch. They sent it off to the Rolex Service Center. They did put on here it was losing approximately 8 seconds a day. which is to me not acceptable by any means if you're spending $3,000-$4,000 on a watch, or more. And so we did send it out, like I mentioned, let's see here, on the 9th of February. And it did get back on the 18th. And so pretty good time frame, I'd say. And I did send it out on its original strap because I did buy it on the strap. I do have the bracelet, which I am going to put it on, but here it is. They did give me the pouch. Now, you know, Rolex and Tudor, that's what they do. They send them back in a pouch. And so I expected nothing less. I did get the pouch. And so pretty nice pouch, I'd say. You know, it's a pretty much like a suede Alcantara type of, you know, deal that they got here. And then on the inside, it has some kind of code. And then, here it is. And so here is the watch itself. The watch, I mean, it's in great condition. I've never abused it. And so, you know, to say that it's losing 7-8 seconds a day is kind of ridiculous when you're not using it as much as maybe your AD might think you're using it. Or, you know, I know they saw a couple scratches on it and probably said, maybe this guy dropped it. It's never been dropped. It's never been dropped. It's never been, you know, but regardless of what they thought, they sent it out. I got charged absolutely nothing. And like I mentioned, I know that a lot of people say Tudor puts new movements in them. But in this case, I don't know. I'm not sure because, I mean, the winding is pretty much identical. There's no visible changes that I can see. If they did put a new movement in it, great. At least I won't have to service it for the next 5 years or so. But I would say that, yeah, that's roughly going to be about the time frame that you're going to have to send these off. 5 years, 5 to 7 years. My other Black Bay, fortunately, I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I got it back. It didn't take very long. It's a phenomenal watch. And now that I have it back, I have a newfound appreciation, I think, for this watch. I bought this watch as a purchase for me. It was a bit of a milestone just because I had a lot going on at that particular time in my life. And I bought it as something for me, so that I could be able to, I guess, cope with what was everything I had going on at the time, both good and bad. And so, you know, it's a watch I don't know if I want to let go. As of now, probably not, but who knows? Maybe in the near future. I guess the biggest thing or biggest takeaway I want to make sure that is in this video is that if you do purchase a watch from a reputable dealer, an authorized dealer, or a reputable dealer, and your watch is still under warranty, make sure you exhaust your warranty if you feel anything is wrong with your watch. I feel like there's no shame in sending it. That's why it has warranty. And so it should be running to whatever they're advertising. I know Tudor just says that they're COSC certified. And so, you know, the 4 to 6 seconds thing is okay, but they kept it at around 1.5 to 2 seconds a day, and so it's running great. As a matter of fact, let me get a wrist shot here and take this off real quick. But yeah, I mean, it's a great watch. It's a great looking watch, and to me, it's perfect for any time I go to the beach. I take it on vacation with me every time I go. Every family vacation I've been on, you know, that I go swimming or out on the beach, or, you know, just things that I know are going to take a toll on the watch. I usually do not wear my Rolexes. I prefer to wear my Tudors just because they feel more rugged. They do feel more rugged. They do feel a little bit more like a tool watch, like it should. And so, yeah, I mean, it's a great piece. I really have enjoyed it, and I hope to continue, enjoying this watch for many years to come. It's a great timepiece, like I mentioned. I was just afraid that they were going to end up charging me because I do have a little tiny spot by the 50. It's not even visible, but I was like, crap, what if, and you can see on the crystal there that there's a little nick by the snowflake hour hand. But it doesn't bother me any, just because this watch, I mean, you can beat it to crap and, these things still hold up like nobody's business. And so I thought I'd give an update. It's something that I'm very glad to have back. And, luckily, like I had mentioned before, the Rolex went to a great home. Sold it to a young man that was, like I mentioned, just starting his collection out. And I honestly don't see something like this getting less wrist time than something like this. To be quite honest, I probably wear something like this a lot more than my GMT Master. It's just something that I don't, I'll wear it every now and then, but it's just a little flashy. And so to me, I would rather wear something that's a little more understated. That's why usually I have my Explorer 2 16570 on, or my Black Bay 58 or Black Bay 36. And so, yeah, if anything, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I do have a couple things that I've gotten from Tudor over the years, and as a matter of fact, I got, the box here with it and everything. And so, I'm just happy to have it back. It's something that I really enjoy. Like I mentioned, I got tons of straps for it. The bracelet, all its original paperwork in here. And yeah, I mean, here's the hang tag still. And so they're phenomenal watches. I know a lot of people say, well, Tudor is the rich man's, the poor man's Rolex, or I own Rolexes, and I'll tell you what, to me, it's really up to you. You know what I mean? It's really up to you on what you want to wear daily. If you can afford to scratch up a Rolex all day long, wear it. Wear the crap out of it. But if you want something that's going to be a tool watch, if you want something that you can wear while you're changing your oil, if you do that on your own, if you still cut your own yard, Tudor is something that I would consider, just because they're in the perfect price point right now. They're between Omega and Rolex, and I feel like Omega's prices have just gone way too high. I was considering buying the new Speedmaster, that Panda Speedmaster, but just opted not to buy that. Instead, I did buy a watch in secret, but I'll get around to hopefully showing you guys that very soon. And so, yeah, let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. What's been your experience with the warranty? Have you ever had to pay anything? I'd like to know your thoughts and, your feelings on what the warranty process is like with Tudor. Just because I had such an amazing experience. And yes, it did take 6 weeks, but it came back the way it needed to. I don't feel like in any way, shape, or form it was an excessive amount of time, because I've heard people send them off and they're gone for months. And so here it is. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I will see you guys very soon, and y'all take care. God bless, and I will see you guys on the next one.